Leadership in 320. My name is Brennan.
I'm Mitchell.
Oh, Charlie. The wave.
Double wave.
Well, I'm not going to allow you to derail us this week. This is a common theme on the pod and in life in general, but you know, there's challenges all around you, all about you. Daily challenges, weekly, monthly, small ones, big ones, and they're going to be there.
I like the big ones.
They're going to be there, and it's your choice how you're going to react to them, how you're going to respond to them.
Yeah.
Which we're going to kind of center this. I don't want to misquote anybody, but ran across this one that you and I have been talking about the last couple of days, and from Roger Crawford. Do you know who Roger Crawford is?
I'll be very honest with you.
That's okay. I don't. I've seen.
Well, maybe I was going to say I do.
No,
I don't, but I don't like
I've seen some of his videos. So Roger Crawford is, in short, very short. He was a Division I athlete. That was a tennis player. That had a disability, and he has a fantastic message, and he does a lot of keynotes and really great stuff. But one of his quotes is, "Being challenged in life is inevitable, but being defeated is optional." That's one of those ones that should pop up on the wall.
Yeah, I like that.
Because again, it's at the core of, you get to respond to things however you want to. There's going to be challenges there, and hopefully, if you're doing some meaningful work, you're going to even run into some more significant challenges, or the frequency of them is going to be greater.
Well, I mean, it's all the mindset that you take with you as you're going through it too. I think is just kind of a huge part of that. I mean, obviously, you can let anything big or small ruin your day or make your day, and it's just kind of how you attack it.
No, and it's not always going to be Candyland.
I don't like Candyland that much.
It's because you're not that good at it.
The only reason you're probably because you cheat.
How do you cheat in Candyland?
Oh, stack the deck, man.
I don't even know how to shuffle cards.
Won't be easy to stack the deck then. You just...
I guess we don't have a deck. We usually leave them all in the box, scattered about.
Oh, that's hard to cheat then.
No, I think it actually, now that you're saying that, it's easier to cheat because it doesn't take long with the clientele you're playing Candyland with for the cards to be marked, with like a Hershey chocolate bar or something.
The corners bent.
As the kids are bamboozled by how you either pick
that plumpy one
or whatever, or the rotten one, because you're about to win, and you've already beat them a couple times, and you don't want an explosion. So, wow, you keep picking that one. It's like, yeah, because there's a half a candy bar spread on the back.
I like the explosion. I'd keep winning.
Well, yeah, I'm not. I should check that. I am not one to let the kids win, but
I couldn't actually envision you
not
purposely
like
losing.
I'm saying, if you've cleaned them out 5 times in a row, and
make it 6,
it's time to you want to keep the train on the tracks.
Yeah, you gotta keep the people coming back.
Well, that's more so not giving them a win, but keeping the afternoon afloat. I guess keeping some games going instead of winning that one and deciding to go get another one off the shelf, being done with it, and then want to do something else entirely.
Take a break, go outside for a while or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's gonna be these things that happen all the time. Like I said, little things, big things, and I think it's important in a leadership role, as if you're heading some folks or leading some people, it's even more critical because whether you think or not, how you respond to something is going to leak into other people's response. And everyone's an individual. Some people are going to respond to things much more significantly, better than you, poorly, whatever. But regardless, talking is a organizational unit. If, you're running around like the roof's on fire, you're gonna cause a bit of a tizzy throughout.
Well, that's anywhere.
So it's beyond you.
Work, at home.
Yeah.
People People feed off of other people's energies too. And I mean, if you're looking at yourself as the leader and you're looking scared and everything else, yeah, I mean, you might give other people reason to feel scared too, or not happy about something.
No, and that's the whole thing. It's never lying to people or whatever else, but I mean, it just comes down to it. I mean, if the ship's going down, are you gonna panic, or you know. And that goes back to when we talk about, it doesn't matter. I think so often I had myself fooled, and I still do sometimes, that, you know, if I don't have this reaction, or if I don't have anxiety about it, if I don't think about it 24/7, what I mean, if I'm not stewing about this, if I'm not worrying about it, then I don't care about it, which is not true at all. What I mean, you can,
Well, you can't.
you can put something to a side.
That's not fair to yourself to say that.
Well, no, but this is a problem. You know, I wish it wasn't happening like everybody else, but this is what's going on. You know, this is the steps we're going to take to address it. But, you know, the constant stewing of it,
Well, that's going to
has
get you.
to stop.
Well, it's going to get you nowhere. I mean, you could find something to stew about constantly, whether it's a big thing or a little thing. And I mean, you could probably ruin every second of every day for the rest of your life if you really wanted to.
No, and if you talk about, you know, we're talking about challenges sitting in their own head. If you talk about complainers or whiners, which I'm not going to say I'm immune to that at all. I think I just choose who I do that to.
Well, you were just whining last night when I was destroying you in cards.
We're not going to get into that for your benefit. Sometimes it's not the game or the result, but it's how the game is being played, Mitchell. And that's what I had a problem with it. See, you've upset me because I called you Mitchell and not Charlie.
Don't hate the player.
Me, as your brother, calling you Mitchell these days is like, Mom, you know.
Call me Mitchell Charles.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't get. I mean, I don't.
We're not talking about this.
We'll be done with it. But I just don't get why you were so mad, because it's not like you took second place. There were 6 people playing. I think you took 5th. Like, why do you care?
Well, that's probably part of the reason that I was unhappy. I think you described it for me a little bit. But
I just had fun getting to be there with you. You know.
Yeah, I had a blast. That was fantastic. One of the best nights of my life.
You did a really good job of hiding that.
Huh? I didn't do much. Pound of the table, that card table had a lot of flex in it.
Oh yeah, it did. We knew that at the end when Brady punched it too, and all the glasses
Punch it. It wasn't a punch. It was a
pound.
Huh? Yeah, little hammer fist was all. But here's the deal: when you talk to people that are labeled, whether you're labeling them, other people are labeling them, but you know, it's known in whatever regard that they're a complainer or a whiner. You know, so often, and I don't consider myself.
I also try not to label people in that way.
No, but I mean, if I told you to tell me a couple of complainers in your life, you probably could tell me a couple of names if you wanted to.
I imagine.
Maybe just people that you know
naturally
that whine about stuff. And that's not to say there's not problems, but this goes back to, you know, how you're going to handle them. You know, if you're going to, you know, let them just ruffle your feathers, or if you're going to pluck them all out because you're freaking out by it, whatever it may be. But it comes to a point when I find myself in a complaining stage, we'll say, whether it's intrinsically, if I'm thinking in my head or if I'm voicing things to others, is one, it's well known that complaining doesn't do anything. Literally doesn't fix anything. But I think a common trait that goes right along with the whining is the choice, or I don't know if it's a choice, but complete inaction on that person's part. Complainers usually don't have much thought or want to move forward.
There's not an action plan set up.
No. You know, if you whine about something, and again, there's no magic sauce or whatever, but, you know, yes, you have this problem. I see you're upset by this. You know, what are we doing to fix it? What are we doing to address it? You know, how can I help you address this, fix this? Which I think is a tough thing as a leader sometimes, because that goes back to the core of communication, all these other things. But just talking about the other piece. If you're continually whining, moaning, groaning about something, you know, one, that's not doing anything besides, you know, making yourself feel worse and maybe, don't want to say irritating others behind.
But you're kind of showing everybody else that that's par for the course. Like, it's okay to do that. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. Just whine about it. Don't fix anything.
But I mean, it's just, like I said, usually with whining, you know, with the time that one is sitting there whining, moping, whatever, I mean, there's a lot of, like I said, there's not a lot of action or movement happening there. And that goes for me. You know, like if I got a problem or a challenge, like me being, 25 pounds overweight.
Is that it?
Well, that's what I'm declaring it as.
Oh, see, your high nose other pretty good.
A medical professional might say there's more feed,
Yeah,
to come off the
I
tank.
think that chart on the doctor's wall says saying otherwise.
Well,
And it's the
even when
same for me, though.
I don't understand that. Even when I was in shape, like in what I declared to, I still was not registering very well on the whatever that is in there.
The BMI scale.
BMI has never been kind to me. No,
'Cause muscle weighs more than fat.
I don't know what it is. I just know that I'm not a poster child for that in good form. But I can whine about it.
Label yourself as.
I've done plenty of that, which more is joking. It was not whining. But as far as my poor health choices, is attributed to the gain of the weight gain. And again, I maybe complain about it in my head or whatever, but again, directly associated with my complaining, my whining, oh my God, these pants don't fit like they used to, throwing on a shirt and be like, yeah, right, that's not happening right now, is right along, like I said, with a whole slew of inaction. It's not a mystery. With the whining I'm doing on this, I'm also choosing daily, multiple times a day, to either drink or eat things that I know I shouldn't be eating, at least on a consistent basis, like Mountain Dew. I don't know why.
Your silo of Mountain Dew with a 12-pack of chicken wings.
I am not in the with the what?
A 12-pack of chicken wings, just sucking them clean.
Chicken wings. So chicken wings are probably one of the better things I've eaten right now.
That's not good.
Chicken wings? What's wrong with a chicken wing? Like a drumstick?
They're greasy.
Not if you bake them in the oven.
That's true.
I mean a chicken wing.
Air fryer, I guess. I don't know.
What's wrong with an air fryer?
I said air fryer. I said that'd be good.
Well, it depends on which ones. If you're just buying like drumsticks.
Well, I don't know. I also don't
Not the ones that you buy that are pre-bought that are literally
those are good. That's what I'm
packed
talking
in
about.
salt.
Well,
I don't buy those.
I don't think anybody though eats like a dozen drummies and says, "Yeah, I'm on a health kick."
Just dark meat chicken. I'm far off. Although I'm not going to have you be my dietitian. See, look at what you're doing. I was on a good kick. Now I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, but with the whining, I think of all the things, when I'm whining about something, it's directly related to, I'm not trying very hard to fix it. I'm going to. I've said that before. Someday I'm going to watch this back. I'm going to tell myself, you're going to. But, as far as exercise and diet, all those habits that I'm choosing not to ignite right now. That's my own darn problem. But again, it goes with inaction.
They're smoldering though. They're just waiting to catch something in a
They
little
are.
dry spot and
there's
just start a flame.
There's something smoldering for sure.
What is it?
Huh? I don't know what that means.
You know.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
I didn't know you were. So what's pause for a second. What's that? Let's hear this, Mitchell. If you could think of like a health meal where Mitchell's going to get on a kick, what is something you're eating, 2-3 times a week?
Baked chicken breast with broccoli and sweet potato.
It's a lot of carbs.
Healthy carbs.
Would you see that on an Instagram post or something?
I don't know, just all taste good.
Huh?
It all really just tastes good. And then for dessert, being you ate such a good meal, you can eat a big old bowl of ice cream.
You do eat ice cream.
I love ice cream.
You're kind of like I don't want to stereotype, but I just know a lot of, not a lot.
Don't get yourself in trouble here.
No, like
I know what you're going to say, and I'm not going to say it wrong.
A lot of fantastic women in my life that I know enjoy ice cream. I've never known a man that enjoys ice cream as much
and
as you.
that's why your wife and I oftentimes had to go to Dairy Queen without you because you wouldn't want any. So then I just pick her up and we'd go get some Dairy Queen and then come back. Dairy Queen,
but generally speaking, that is
and I'm lucky that Ashley loves ice cream just as much as I do, and we try to say
you and I are usually pretty whatever on the financial space. I love a cookie dough blizzard more than the next person.
S'mores blizzard.
It hurts my soul a little bit.
Well, we didn't go to Dairy Queen a whole lot this summer, but now I like when I don't even know, are they a quart or it's not a half gallon, but I like when there's like they're like $3.50 for one of those. And then
I don't know.
we said ice cream was supposed to be only on Saturday nights, but we have a lot of Saturday nights in our house. So.
Saturday.
Well, it's Saturday in 3 days. We might as well.
Saturday Eve.
That's the eve of Saturday Eve.
Oh my gosh. I guess if I am eating healthy, which used to, but you see, this is gonna get smoked.
You make some good stuff though.
See, that's part of the problem. I haven't cooked a whole lot lately either, which I know.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is healthy. I like those. Maybe this isn't gonna register on the people's health scale. But I like it was really good though. That red sauce and the noodles you made with the kielbasa sauce.
Oh, judging by how you started off by saying that red sauce probably isn't very healthy. And what? The cooked or the fried smoked sausage?
Now that I think about you, definitely put brown sugar.
Oh yeah, there's brown sugar in that too.
Tastes really good. It's like
It's quarter bag.
I didn't need ice cream after I ate that because it was like having dessert and your supper in one. That was good. You should make that again. That was good.
What does Guy Fieri say? That dish is straight from Flavor Town, but
yeah.
Well, no,
Calorie circus.
Yeah, that's not a good deal.
What? Oh, okay. How about for real though? On your Blackstone, you do.
This isn't good either.
Yeah, it is. What is that called?
Fried rice?
No, like when the not the fried rice, but like the not chow mein.
That's not good either.
It's not.
No. Oh no, like a stir fry.
Yeah, stir fry. That's helped. All
that's
it is
vegetables.
Yeah,
olive oil.
See, that's really when you make that. That's good.
Depending upon what meat. I actually just bought some of that.
Do that with some chicken in there.
Yeah,
that's really good. You should make that tonight.
Oh man, that was tonight.
That was tonight.
No, it's yeah.
When I do, I'm getting a little bit back on track, kind of with the quote you started with this morning here. I still remember, and I realize this is not like an uncommon quote type thing, but I still remember in 5th grade, which is a very long time ago for me now, that one of the teachers above their classroom door had that, you get knocked down 9 times and get up 10 kind of a thing. And I mean, I feel like that's the same thing. You're making the choice to not be defeated. You're going to keep rolling with it. You're going to keep trying. And I mean, I don't know, to me, it's not, you can look at it both ways. I think on certain things, you're either going to be, I'm never going to get this. Why try again? Or have the mindset of, I'm going to get it this time. Even if you don't get it, but then you just keep, you keep attacking that. And
here's a philosophy of mine. I don't know if this is, I was just visiting with some folks at work the other day, and I don't think they were thinking it makes a lot of sense, but this has made a lot of sense in my head a long time. One, here's a self-check for like, if am I that person? Am I a complainer? You know what I mean, at home or work? One, I think one of the biggest things is because I think if you're complaining about things that are completely out of your control, okay, then you're going to have no problem complaining about things that you do have control over.
You might the lines might become blurred.
Here's 2 things. Here's a self-check. If you find yourself frequently complaining with oneself or to others about either the weather, okay, which you have zero control over, or gas prices, which you have zero control over. If you find yourself
that's a losing battle,
whining about those things, like actually putting energy into the atmosphere, worrying about this, or filling other people's minds with this through your banter, you might be a whiner, might be a complainer. The good thing is you can fix it. You can take steps to address it. Because here's my rule, which I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure this is out there, so I'm not trying to theft anything from anybody, and maybe it's not. You're thinking,
I'm excited.
No one's done what I'm saying. Why, in God's name, would you waste any time, any effort at all of spending your days worrying about something that at least 100 other people are worrying about? That should be an automatic. Don't have time for it. There's enough people worrying about that. Hence, weather, on any day for sure. 100 people are worrying about gas prices. And then it also fixes it because say there's you fell and like just ravaged your leg. Something bad happened, okay?
Well, at least it wasn't both of them.
There'd be I can worry about that because there's no way there's 100 people worried about that.
That
I'd
might
say
not be 3. Including myself.
But no, I'm saying it fixes. So if there's family stuff going on, internal stuff, even work stuff, there's probably less than 100 people worried. But if you do a little check in your mind that, you know what, there's at least 100 people that are worried about this, that's enough energy being put towards I'm not going to put my own.
Well, and I think even just like you say, the weather, you know, and I try to be, you know, even now I look outside, I see some snow flurries and everything. I don't love that, even though it does kind of, you know, bring back some childhood memories of, you know, winter and Christmas and all that good stuff. But I think of, you know, a spring day, a fall day, and it's like, you know what? Like you go to somebody, beautiful day out there. They're like, it's a little windy. Okay, see you later. Have a good day. Like
no, but
I mean, like, there's no winning that though.
But it's just the time.
But to me, it's not. I'm not gonna say I'm done with you. I'm gonna be like, I'm going to attack you again. Like I'm gonna find you again later.
You and I differ on that standpoint. You kind of enjoy that a little more.
No, and it's not to egg somebody on, but it's, you know, I mean, I feel like I want to try to pump them up a little
usually
bit.
You can't.
I think
that person can take steps.
But that's saying
to address that on their own hand. But you're not going to. That's really hard thing to influence.
That's taking a defeat. You know, fine. They weren't happy with this 71-degree day with a 15-mile-an-hour breeze. Did you get some new shoes? Those things are looking nice.
That's a fine line, though. Because then you're, you know, as far as being a leader, it's a fine line because, you know, if you're going to, there's a certain thing, I don't want to say waste my time, but wasting time is a real thing on somebody that has no desire to change and is
deep down, they like it.
And I'm talking not about like performance stuff or whatever else, but like just their general attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. That's a hard dial to move.
You can't change it, but you can maybe sway it
on a day's time, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put. You know, you can't put your sole effort and focus into it, but I mean, I like it. You know, at school, you see all the kids and everything.
Well, I'm not talking about a child or a student.
Well, but staff, students. I mean, I just love going down the hall because
you're gonna go up to. Well, okay, here, wind it back because now you change this up on me. You're gonna make me look like a monster.
You are.
So if there's a student that's having a rough go, I'm obviously gonna try to sway, redirect, whatever. Hey, did you get some new shoes, new sweatshirt? What'd you do this weekend? Yeah. I thought you were talking about an adult.
Well,
you're gonna
both.
go. Wait,
like
you said new shoes.
I'm gonna.
So are you gonna compliment an adult on their shoes?
Heck yeah. Hey, you get some new boots. I like those. They're looking like fall.
After they just told you that it was too windy outside.
Yeah. Bring the positivity. Let's go. I mean, I do it seriously. I love like seeing the kids. Well, kids in the hall, everything else. Love your boots. Did you get it? Well, this time of year especially. Did you get a new? Is that a nice? Yeah, it's a nice coat. You know, whether it's and you got to, but it's everyone. It's not. You know, obviously you got, you know, some of the kids who got brand new coats, boots,
that's not
snow
what
pants.
We were talking about.
Well, no, but I'm saying the same with staff though. Anybody, family members. I mean, Margo. I thought Margo had a brand new Viking sweatshirt on yesterday, and I'm like, Margo, I like your sweatshirt.
Well,
and I don't know. Maybe other people don't like it, but I just like, you know, you see a staff member going by, like, oh, I like your vest. Oh, did you get some new earrings? Those look good. Like.
New earrings? You compliment people on their earrings?
I love it. Strong earring game, Karen. Let's go. Like,
oh my God.
How do you not? That's people like that.
I'm trying to think if I'm proud of you right now, if I'd want to fight you if I was in your building.
You got like a, you know, like a little girl. Like, oh, that's a nice bow you got.
Again, this is two separate lines between adults and students.
Like
you're blurring the lines for me.
Like one of our teachers, so another teacher, one of the only, not singling anybody out. We don't have a whole lot of male teachers. I found out he gets each month, maybe we should do it too, he's got like a golf box. So every month he gets like a new golf polo, he gets some golf swag stuff. So I'll be like, you know, he comes rocking in wearing like, you know, a palm tree polo. I'm like, is that October? Like, is that the new, you gotta, I don't know. I feel like that's a good way of pumping people up a little bit. Like you're paying attention.
But we swayed. So that's general positivity.
Yeah.
It started with,
the weather.
It started with if someone complains about the weather, then you're going to start complimenting them.
No, I'm doing that regardless. Okay. But I'm just saying that, you know, just because they shoot me down on the weather doesn't mean I'm going to like, they're forsaken. Like that's gone now. Like, no, that's taking a loss. I'm going to come right back and I'm going to be like, You got to keep attacking.
I don't know if I said otherwise, but I agree with what you're saying to an extent. To an extent.
I knew that was coming.
Maybe a little heavy for me, but that's all right. Everyone's got different.
Well, it's
different
not. It's not for anybody hearing this either. Like, if you don't know me good enough, I feel like this isn't just. I'm not just pumping out BS either. Like, I truly like. Again, I tell Ashley this all the time. I don't. If I didn't think something, I just wouldn't say it. I'm not gonna lie about it, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to be like, oh, this.
No.
Like, no, I just wouldn't have mentioned it.
You do have you are very much well known for saying what's on your mind, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie.
Sometimes it's okay to.
But I'm just gonna keep it to myself. I'm not gonna be like rude on purpose.
Sometimes you struggle with that
On purpose.
Being rude on purpose.
Depends on the situation.
That's still not an excuse.
To be what?
To be rude.
To be rude on purpose? What if it's an
Yeah.
accident?
I just had this conversation with my 7-year-old daughter last night. When she absolutely donkey stomped her brother's little toes
She said it was an accident.
when we were going. And she said, what? It was an accident. As he went hauling off down the hall crying. What? It was an accident. I said, that doesn't mean you can't go say sorry. You know, usually when we apologize to something, to somebody or whatever, we did something that we did not intend to do. Something went astray. That's when you say sorry. I'm sorry that happened. Mm-hmm. I did not mean to do that. But yeah, in her little noggin, similar to what you're trying to say. No, I didn't try to.
Well, I'm not like purposely looking to like hunt someone down and verbally attack them.
Again, she wasn't following him around the house.
I was right over there.
Like
I was right over there. I think there could have been.
You know, following around trying to stomp on his toes, but it happened. Still say sorry.
I would say I'm sorry.
I don't know if you would know you did it.
That's the problem.
Yes, it is. That is the problem.
I'm not purposely doing it. It might be an accident. And I might not know, and it's not because I'm too ignorant to see it. It's because I'm not smart enough to know.
Charlie. Sometimes, you do. Like I said, I've said this many times before.
Well.
If I ever, like in a bar setting, we'll say, which we don't spend a lot of time there.
No, we don't.
But if I ever get punched in the face in a bar setting, it's going to be for something that you said, and then they're going to think that I was you when I said it. By the time they round up their cronies, whatever, I'm the one getting my teeth knocked out. That's what will happen. I know for sure.
I'll be there to pick you up off the ground.
I don't know if you will be.
Well, as long as they don't think I had nothing to do with it.
I prefer you'd be there sooner, I guess, than digging underneath the bar stools trying to find my teeth. Get on scene a little sooner. How about that?
Do you have an upper retainer still?
No, it broke.
Oh, I thought that'd maybe keep your teeth in like one clump instead of...
yeah, so you would only... If you find one of them, you find them all. No, I just got the old nighttime retainer. Still got the bottom one, though. We knock out those bad boys. I don't even know what time was it at. We're pretty solid, but here, we'll just recap here.
And can I throw one thing in here?
I'm scared for you too, but you go ahead.
I just want to say, we're talking about, you want to... It's your I feel like your mindset, your attitude, once you start something, are you going to lose it or you're not? And I just want to throw out there, to something that we've done since we were younger. One of our longtime listeners, Jimmy McNellis, and just some of the games we've played where you have to, the first person does something, throws something in, you're trying to get it. And it's like, well, now it's like you realize that we've started this, like we are going until someone
got to do it.
Gets it, you're not just going to stop, because then it's like, well, that's a loss, and you lost because you just chose to not finish. So I just think that's with a lot of things in your life. If you're thinking about it, thinking about starting it, even if you haven't yet, just that's on you, because if you're scared of, if the reasoning for not doing it is because you're afraid you might lose or you might not succeed, that's a loss in itself. I feel like by not even trying to start.
That's everybody. And this is a whole nother conversation too, but help your little ones at home along with that too. Instilling that in them. A quick example, Bria's doing a basketball fundraiser or something. They had to make X amount of free throws. Well, one, it was slight boredom. Two, she wasn't, she's just not that into it at this time, which is fine. But she had marched down the base and said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make 20 free throws. So she got like 8. And then she, wandered off. Said, hey, what the heck are you doing? I said, get your butt back here. You still got 12 more. Because sometimes you have to teach them too. Because they're not in it yet. But you got to start developing that into the little people too. You can't just quit. Oh. You said you were going to do it. I didn't order you down here to do this.
Yeah, once you sign up for something, you're gonna carry out.
Yeah, and she wanted the pomp and circumstance too upstairs. She's like, I want to go make my free throw. You're gonna sit here and do it until you make them. What do you mean? You gonna fire everyone up about it and just go play with your Barbies 5 minutes later? Get your butt back here. Make a few more buckets.
People don't forget.
Oh my gosh. No, like I said, the challenge is going to be there. Everybody. And don't convince yourself that you're the only one that have them either. Because you're not. Okay? Obviously, there's bigger things in life, not making small of that. Everyone's got stuff going on. Okay?
Yeah.
Stop your whining. Face it. Get her done.
Attack.
We'll see you next week.